Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. We're speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Larry, welcome to the show and welcome to the new year. We're speaking on January 11th, by the way.
Okay, Jim, I'm glad to be on the show, and it looks like a great year developing for all the markets, and I think this Trump rally has got some real legs on it.
Well, here in Canada, what's happening for American Manganese?
We've had an announcement today about receiving a government grant for our recycling research, and I'd just like to expand on that a little bit. The grant is from IRAP, who puts out small grants. They do a lot of heavy due diligence, and obtaining the grant takes quite some time. Actually, we applied, I think, in February of last year. But needless to say, what the grant does for us, it helps us defray some of our costs, but it also adds a lot of credibility to the company, and that's kind of where I want to go today. What we're talking about is credibility. And since we've been involved in the recycling aspect, and our focus has been on the lithium-ion batteries from electric vehicles, we've gained a lot of credibility that may not be recognized in the market yet. Now, the grant today will pay for about half of our ongoing program, which is about $120,000. And that doesn't mean we won't be applying for further grants down the road. And once we start moving into the pilot plant stage, we'll be looking for different sections of the government to make application for much larger grants. But what I'm happy to be able to release that the government is now, actually saying that we have a worthwhile project and it's worth assisting in. So again, that adds a lot of credibility. And we look back and we see, since we've started our proof of concept work last year, we were invited to the NaatBatt conference. And we were invited there because they didn't really have any advanced recycling projects that they could have presented at their show. And again, we were attending the show. We did the presentation. Kemetco did the presentation. And out of that, we came back pretty solid with the idea that we were probably the most advanced project out there. And that we were talking to a whole bunch of people that we will eventually be talking to about their product, which is the spent batteries. And that is the EV companies and the battery manufacturing companies. So, again, the NaatBatt invitation did what? It added a lot of credibility to the company. Then we look at the board of directors, and we've added a financial guy from a fund in New York onto the board. And again, I have to tell you, and I don't think I'm telling any secrets out of school, that they did about 8 months of due diligence on us, right from the early in 2006, or late in 2015, before they got involved in helping us finance the company. And later, we appointed one of their lead guys to the board of directors, Kurt. So, again, this says he sees something there that he figures is credible. So that's credibility. And we recently set up a advisory board in which we had Dan McGroarty, who's does a lot of lobbying and interaction with the governments in Washington, D.C., and he's on quite a few committees there, specifically on strategic metals. And he's joined the board of advisors. David Langtree, who holds several patents in his own name, became quite wealthy from patents, and is a major shareholder. He joined the board of advisors. And a recent addition, is really going to be helpful down the line, because he's gone through all the aspects of developing a idea into a credible battery and actually commercializing it. So that is Shalish, and Shalish is, got that award for $500,000, which is highly competitive for that award out of New York, and it's the largest award, second largest award given, the first one being $1 million. So you can see that we have attracted the right kind of people to our project. And now, of course, my phone calls are getting to be much more involved with due diligence and looking at the credibility of the company, because that's important. It's important that not only is the company talking about what a great project they have, that other people are recognizing it. And you have to remember something that people seem to forget, is that Kemetco is an arm's-length research contractor. They don't own anything in the company, and we don't own anything in them. So they are totally arm's length. And Kemetco have been, doing our research work now for, God, I guess it's going on 10 years. So, it's the thing that I just wanted to point out, that people don't necessarily recognize, because it comes and, starts and stops when you start gaining that credibility. We also have invitations outstanding on other situations where we can present. And, if we decide to move ahead, well, I'll be announcing those. And again, that's in fields where, we don't have to, the only thing we have to pay for is to get there. And the rest of it, the presentation is informational for their group. So I have to say, Jim, that the market, responded to the grant very well today. We traded between Canada and the U.S. about 3.3 million shares, and we closed up. But one thing I'd like to point out, which has nothing to do with credibility, is that somebody always manages in the last few seconds of the day to close us down from where we've been trading most of the day, and that could be a half a cent or a penny. It happened again today, it happened yesterday, and it's been happening quite regularly, and I look at that as manipulating the price down, but I just wanted to make people aware that this happens. I'm pretty sure that most of my shareholders recognize that. And it doesn't mean anything as far as the next day's trading goes. After a while, people recognize what's happening. And if they want to buy the stock, they buy the stock. If they want to sell the stock, they sell the stock. It's as simple as that. So I think we've had a tremendous day. It's a tremendous start to January. Work is ongoing. Mike McLeod and our Chief Operating Officer and our CFO had meetings this morning down at Kemetco, so we're getting caught up on the progress that's been made there. And as it becomes more, as we get results, we'll make those available to the market. And, so all I can say is, that when I looked at today's release and thought about what was happening in the company, I was very happy to report that, the company's attracting the right kind of attention.
Larry, when you first started off, did people give you much credibility when it came to the recovery and recycling of lithium? Something a lot of people think we might not have enough of.
Well, certainly we did get spurts and starts and stops on that. We first announced that we got some, heavy trading, and but for the most part, everybody sat back and really wanted to see, if we were just puffery or if we were going to put our money where our mouth was and come up with something that said, yes, this works, and we've done that. And now, more people, more solid investors have been coming in for some time. And I think the sophistication, and I don't mean that in understanding the markets, I mean that in the industry itself, in the environmental aspect of it, and the circular economy that we're proposing, are seeing the merits of the project, and we're starting to get some of that buying coming into the market. So yes, I think ever since we first started talking about it, people were very interested. I mean, it's going to be millions of spent batteries a decade from now, and this could be a very robust business, and that's what we're shooting for.
Larry, can you give us some details about where American Manganese is traded?
Well, it's traded on the TSX Venture Exchange, and under the symbol AMY. It's also traded on the U.S. pink sheets under the symbol AMYZF. And Frankfurt, it's 2 a.m. You can reach the company at our website, which is www.americanmanganeseinc.com, or you can phone at 778-574-4444, or you can contact me on my email, which is my last name, REAUGH, at Amy, our symbol, MN, the symbol for manganese.com.
Larry, thanks so much for chatting with us.
Thanks, Jim.
This interview was on January 11th. We've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at howstreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of Howe Street Media Incorporated.